All right, we're doing it, guys. If you caught my Walmart haul, I said you're either in or you're out. Beanie Weenies. Nate already did a layer in there of the hot dogs. He grilled them a little bit too.
Yeah, sometimes these smart dogs, you gotta give them some crisp.
Tell me you've had this before. Tell me.
Okay, I never had this before until I met
I
you.
know.
So
I know. I loved this growing up, and then you would put a cheddar shred cheese. But I got that Daya cheese, and that would be good. Is there anything else there you think would be good, or is that probably it?
I think it's gonna be bomb.
All right. I think it's gonna be bomb, and then you just bake it, and you don't even have to grill up these hot dogs. That's just extra. You're getting all fancy with us now, friend. Which one is this? The cheddar and mozza. Yeah, that'll work. But you know what? Why don't we... Oh, no, because never mind. Yeah, add it. So I was going to say you could bake it halfway and then add the cheese and let it melt. But I think that won't really... It probably needs more time because it's not real.
Yeah, I was going to also press it a little bit so I can get some moisture on it from the beans. Get it in there so it doesn't crisp too much.
All right. Don't be stingy with the cheese. I don't want to see any bean. I don't want to see any wiener.
I don't...
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it'll work better this way.
Okay.
With this type of cheese, but then you kind of give it a little bit of mash.
A mash? I never did that, but that's fine.
Might be worth putting just a little bit of oil on top because I'm afraid the cheese is going to get just dehydrated.
Okay. Like a spray?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, y'all said Nate was worth it.
I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you guys.
I believe you're right too.
I got him his tofu press. I'm going to stick to using my stack of potatoes.
Now, should I put tin?
I used to do foil over it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you need to because it's not real. That's all I'm saying. We did it before to not burn it, but you'll bake this almost an hour.
I think we're going to cover it, let it go for a while, check on it, and then at some point we'll take it off and let it crisp.
Okay.
Wow, that actually couldn't have turned out any better. Just took the foil off. It was exactly 1 hour. I'm going to throw it back in for maybe 10, 15 minutes at the most. See if the top will crisp up a little bit. And that looks amazing. So we will see.
Hi guys, so I wanted to give you an update on those Beanie Weenies, which I'm so glad that so many of you actually know what I'm talking about, but here's one for you. What about shit on a shingle? Does that mean anything to you? I've actually never had it, but I was talking to Nate about it last night. We were making the Beanie Weenies, and I was like, have you had shit on a shingle? And he's like, excuse me? He had no clue what I was talking about at all, and I Googled it and even showed it to him that it's a thing. I've never had it before. Personally, it does not sound great at all. However, I feel like the Beanie Weenies don't sound great at all. And they are. And that was so good last night. Now, one of you even mentioned that when you used to make them, or still do, that you added a little bit of mustard into it. And I bet that is really, really good. So there are different variations, my friends. There are. Anyway, on that haul, I actually shared with you guys from Walmart that I caught so many jalapenos, and I did make some fresh pico this morning, and one of you mentioned you should just pickle them, and then you'll have them in the fridge for the next couple months, and you can add them to various things. And I was like, done and done. So thank you. That's what I'm going to do right now, and I thought I'd share it with you. But yeah, I am all toasty right now, which feels really, really good. I got a workout in this morning. It was 38 degrees. It was cold. And I just took a really, really hot shower and then sat on the couch for a little bit, but it was a good workout. It was a good one. But now I'm gonna do this, and then I wanna share with you guys too the overnight oats that I've talked about a lot, and share with you what I've been kind of doing. This is actually a slightly different variation, but still pretty much like the ones that I've made before for him that he really, really likes. So I'll share that with you too. Okay, so what I have here for the brine, and I'm gonna start boiling it too, just to save some time, but I got 1 cup of water, 1 cup of white vinegar, and then 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, I use sea salt, and then 2 cloves of crushed garlic. So just take the clove and kind of smash it, use your knife even and just smash it and throw it in there. And I'm going to boil this. And as soon as it comes to a boil, then you'll add sliced jalapeno. I'm gonna do basically all of these. I might say 1 just in case I make some fresh guac later this week. But basically if you've got 8 to 10 jalapenos. This is a good ratio for that. And once this is at a boil, we'll turn it off, put the jalapenos in the pan, and let it sit there for about 10 minutes or so, and then you'll let it cool a little bit and scoop these out into a jar. You get it. Anyway, I'll show you as we go, but that's what I'm gonna do. So let me heat this up. And by the way, I'm totally wearing Nate's shirt. I'm done. I am done for the day. You know what I'm saying? Got the laundry going. I'm doing sheets. Okay, be real. How often do you actually do it? No, I actually feel like I do it pretty often, but I don't know if I do it as much as you're supposed to. Are we all gonna admit it or not? I don't know, once a month, probably. I know you should do your pillowcases like weekly. I don't, but I should. That's my story. That's my truth. Anyway, be really careful with this of, washing your hands afterwards, because you do not want to touch your eyes or even your nose after doing this. If you have gloves, that's probably even better. By the way, I did just get a text, and I'm on baby duty tomorrow again for my family, and I am so thrilled. So thrilled. I told Nate, I'm like, excuse me, I need my fix. And I'll be doing that tomorrow, which is cool. So I might even film something tonight for the next day, just so I'm not pressured. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We will see. By the way, you know what? I have a ton of empties, like a ton. I need to just do that. But at the same time, it's not urgent, but I could do that. I might have that coming for you guys before Vlogmas is done. We'll see. But yeah, I wanted to share with you guys those overnight oats too. And I wish I liked them more. And I make them for Nate. He loves them. He's been eating them daily at work for the last 2 months now, I'd say. And he's all about it. I'm like, are you sick of it? He's like, nope. I'm like, okay. And I mean, it's easy, I'm not the biggest fan of a couple things. I've kind of grown to like some of the cold, did you see I just rubbed my face? Gotta be careful. Kind of cold oats. I can get down with some of it, but I used to hate it. So I'm okay with that. But the way I make them, which I think most people, and Nate included, would really like, is they're sweetened. And they're actually sweetened with a protein powder, in fact, which is good because then you'll have, added protein to it, right? But I don't like sweetened oats. So for me, it's just not really for me. Okay, that is boiling. Actually, almost. I'm going to give it a little more time. But yeah, I don't really like sweetened oats. But don't they actually make a protein powder that's unflavored? I've never purchased one in my life because most of the time I do just have it in a shake and I'm like, no, I want the flavor, But maybe that would be really good for oats for someone like me. Anyway, we'll see. But he loves them. I, again, think the majority of people would really like them the way that I've been doing it. So I definitely want to share it with you. Okay, come on now, come on. I need to get a big jar, actually, a big mason jar. They're in the garage. Like a big kind of filing cabinet almost in there that the people before us left, and I store all of our paper towels, toilet paper, jars, mason jars, and just excess stuff like that. Works out really, really well. Anyway, I'm gonna transfer these and then wash my hands because I know I'm gonna forget. But yeah, those Beanie Weenies, delicious. We did say, because I bought the beans that were the Bush's beans with bourbon, bourbon flavored and brown sugar, so we didn't add any extra brown sugar at all. And we both agreed that actually we probably should have, just to make it more reminiscent of what we remember it being, because it really it had a little sweetness, but not as much. But we still really, really liked it. So either way, but if you want them to be more sweet, put the brown sugar in, my friends, just do it. Okay, I'm gonna put these in there now and turn off the heat and just let it sit, and then we'll do the oats. Got one of these bigger mason jars for when those are done. I think that'll actually fit perfect in there. And then this right here is a 1 pint size mason jar, and these are perfect for the overnight oats we have found so far. I will link some below. I think you can get them at multiple places. I got a 12 pack of them at Vons, but I know you can get them off of Amazon. You can get them at Target, Walmart, pretty much everywhere has mason jars, but yeah, 1 pint. Okay, so here's the good news. You can use whatever oatmeal you want. I would say aside from, and I'm just saying from what we have discovered so far, maybe you still could, but aside from using steel cut oats that are like the standard ones, these are quick cooking steel cut oats, and it works really, really well. So if you buy the quick cooking version, go for it. But you can use rolled oats, you can use old fashioned oats, you can use just quick cooking oats, whatever you like. But yeah, just the regular, the ones that take like 30 plus minutes to make usually, I wouldn't really suggest using those. Maybe if you made it like 5 days in advance and then had it like that, you know, again, 5 days later, then maybe it would be okay. But we want one overnight. Actually, I do these like 2 or 3 at a time, which is fine, but you get the point. So anyway, these are from Costco, the Coach's oats. And again, these are like the quick cooking steel cut oats. They cook up on the stovetop in like 5 minutes, but Nate loves the texture of this specifically for the overnight ones. I've done it again with the other ones and he likes it, but this, he likes the texture a little bit more. So there you go, there's his feedback. Since this is a new bag, I'm gonna grab a measuring cup because I'm not gonna pour that. It's gonna go everywhere, you know. But I do usually half the jar, give or take, and that works really well. I would say it's probably a good solid cup of oats. And then, I forgot to grab it. Now, obviously, if you can't find this anymore, which I'm sure you still could, but it may not be as easy, but pumpkin pie spice, you can totally just use cinnamon, that's fine. Now, I do quite a bit. And I remember the first time Nate saw me do this, he was like, oh my God, that's what you always do? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh. I was like, well, is it too much? He's like, no, it's perfect. But he just would have never guessed. So go heavy with it. I would say almost a tablespoon even. He says it's great. But yeah, just right there on top or to the side there. And then I'm gonna use, now I've done it with chocolate protein and I've done it with the vanilla protein. If I do the chocolate, and any brand you like, but if I do the chocolate, then I usually will add some chocolate chips in there too, and we're just going all out for the chocolate on that particular kind. If I'm doing vanilla, what I've been doing is the, again, pumpkin pie spice and then some sort of like fruit spread. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the blueberry one from Thrive Market. I have the strawberry one too. I've done both. He loves them. And then I'll even put usually like a scoop of like walnuts in it. He really likes that too. I'm out right now, but he could take it or leave it, he said. But these are all things you can add, but that combo is amazing. But I got this new one. Where did I get this? Sprouts. Got it at Sprouts. It's from Baked Good and it's apple pie filling, no sugar added. And I think it's perfect because this kind of reminds me of like the fruit spread, again, that blueberry and strawberry one, which is also no sugar added. And it's perfect. It still gives the flavor, but you're getting the sweetness from the protein, you know? So it works out really good. And then most protein powders are like 2 scoops is the full serving size. And I've only been doing 1 and that's been like good enough. So yeah, vanilla, oh, it smells good. Now this is the New Zest one. I have it linked below. I'm a huge fan of it. I really think the macros on it are killer, but it's really good. I also like Orgain protein. That one has amazing flavor too. But again, I'll link this one below if you want to check it out. I definitely recommend it. And then let's put in this, but I'm gonna mix this up together first, just like the dry ingredients. Oh yeah, he's gonna love that. He's gonna love it. And I take a chopstick because it just, you know, works. But we mix all this. And then I do a pretty good scoop. So again, whatever kind of fruit spread you are using, this is chunky too, he'll like that. Put it in there. I'm gonna do like 2. And this is 35 calories for a 1/3 cup, it says. So it's not too bad. Maybe a little more. Why not? And then I'm gonna top it with milk, whatever kind of plant milk. I've used so many different varieties now over the last couple months. Sometimes I even use oat milk, and it feels a little bit like, okay, I'm putting oat milk on oats. Is that too much? He does not say so, so it goes. But I have some almond milk open right now, and I'm gonna use that, and that totally works. I kind of do an initial pour and then kind of work that in. He's gonna love this. I can smell it. He's gonna be all about it. I think the vanilla protein with the apple pie is gonna be killer for him. I do think walnuts would be really, really good in this though. I do. I just don't have any. Now, a lot of the times I would do like raisins or like dried cranberries. And that's really good in overnight oats too, just if you want that like texture difference, you know? Again, out of those. Oops. Either way. Now, if you like your oats even sweeter, this is good enough for Nate, though it is. I'm still being careful with my hands of my jalapeno. I washed them. But you could add like a good squirt of a maple syrup or agave and have even more. But again, this is actually good for him. But whatever your preference is, sometimes that protein powder does like to stick. And this is any of them. So that's why I do like a good initial stir. I'm not trying to be all in depth with like how to make overnight oats. It's pretty simple, but we hanging out, girl. That's what we doing. And I've talked about these so much. So I just want to give you kind of the feedback over the last couple months of kind of the different variations, but yet they all kind of come down to this. And it's just been his go-to. And I mean, it's cheap, it's easy, it's a really easy thing to prep. You could totally do like 5 of these at a time. I'm gonna do one more after, but that way they're ready for the week entirely. They'll be fine. So, but again, this will also be done ready for him in 24 hours or even like 8 hours really. But yeah, and he likes it filled all the way to the top, and he likes his to be a little bit more liquidy if possible. See, again, I kind of like my oats a little more on the thicker side. Everybody's different. So you kind of play with your ratios just to what you like. And that's just gonna sit in the fridge and he'll take it with him tomorrow. Super simple. But yeah, I'm gonna make another one. And again, if I did the chocolate, I would just add 1 scoop of chocolate protein and maybe some chocolate chips. But again, you could add whatever it is you want. But that is the recipe. That is it. Okay, let's pull out the jalapenos. And we'll let that cool a little bit longer before we pour the liquid back over top. It's just easier to not do it all at once. I don't know why I smelled that, but it felt like the thing to do since it came from the garage, but it's fine. Okay, I think that's gonna be perfect actually. It's like half of the big mason jar here, and then I'll just fill up the liquid when it cools down a little bit more, and you stick it in your fridge. That's it. Actually, you know, I should probably get something in the works for dinner tonight, but you know what? You know what sounds really good? But I just went grocery shopping. But this is what we do in life, right? All of us. But I really want Tacotarian. Do you remember when we first moved here? Or actually not even quite. I was just here visiting before we moved and kind of scoping out some stuff. And we went to Tacotarian. So good. Completely vegan, the entire menu. They even have, oh, I want that. They have that, what do they call it? The corn elote, is that how you say it? And then they even have a Takis one where it's like coated with that Takis and then like that white cojita cheese. I'm so butchering that, I think, but I really want that. And tacos. We'll see. Anyway, that is that. I'm gonna make another thing of oats and call it good. Easy. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I finally got to share with you the oats. Try it out, see if you like them too. And if we change it up as we go, we just really haven't so far, I will keep you posted. Anyway, my friends, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.